Bergen is the second largest city in Norway and is located on the southwestern coast. It is an important cultural hub in its region, recognized as the unofficial capital of Western Norway. The main reason for Bergen's importance was the trade with the dried cod from the northern Norwegian coast, which started around year 1100. By the late 14th century, Bergen had established itself as the center of the trade in Norway. Early in the morning on June 29, the tour buses were waiting for us to take us to Bryggen, and on the way we went by Hakonshallen, the city's festive hall erected in 1261, and the Rosenkrantz Tower built in 1560. Hakon's Hall is almost 750 years old and was built by King Hakon Hakonsson. Inside the thick stone walls there are still echoes of the medieval court's solemn ceremonies and riotous feasts. The Clarion Hotel Admiral, housed in a magnificent old packhouse building that dates back to 1906, is the only waterside hotel in Bergen with the best view to Bryggen. Bryggen is a series of Hanseatic commercial buildings lining the eastern side of the fjord coming into Bergen. Bryggen has since 1979 been on the UNESCO list for World Cultural Heritage Sites. The city of Bergen was founded in 1070. The area of the present Bryggen constitutes the oldest part of the city. Attires and faces from the Middle Ages. Portrait of an Englishman associated with the Hanseatic League. Making our way through the Bryggen, notice the wooden beams. These warehouses go back to the 1300s. Picturesque alleyways among the warehouses lining the street and waterfront. These warehouses have been converted to restaurants, cafes, artist workshops, etc. This is probably one of the stone buildings that date back to the 15th century. In front of it is a wishing well. UNESCO plaques identifying the area as a World Heritage Site. This odd-looking building houses a ceramics store named Ceramic. A quaint little park, part of the Bryggen. After visiting the Bryggen, we walked our way to the lower station of the funicular. These alleyways are a common sight in old Bergen. The Floyen funicular in Bergen is one of the most popular attractions in all of Norway. It is easy to find in the heart of Bergen, only 150 meters from the fish market and Bryggen wharf. The funicular ride up to the top of Floyen mountain, 320 meters above sea level, takes 5 to 6 minutes. The lower station in 1918. The restaurant at the top of Mount Floyen was opened in 1925. First and second generation of cable cars. The third generation of the cable cars. The new plateau was opened in 2007. It offers an improved panoramic view of Bergen. Waldemar Stout Plateau, the first chairman of Floyen. The red car is called Little Red Riding Hood, the name of a French fairy tale. The blue car is called Blue Man, the name of a Norwegian fairy tale. Ove positioning himself in a good spot to capture video. The funicular ride up to the top of Floyen mountain, 320 meters above sea level, takes 5 to 6 minutes. The funicular runs on rails and has 2 carriages. Each carriage has capacity for up to 100 passengers. The modern design carriages have ceilings of glass to afford the best views and take you up the mountainside at a speed of 4.2 meters per second. The funicular runs day in, day out all year round and is open from early morning to late evening. During daytime, departures run every 15 minutes. The silhouette of Costa Luminosa can be vaguely seen through the fog. The Central Park and the Bryggen areas. A closer look at the Bergen and the Bryggen. The Bergen City Hall is the tall building in the foreground facing the Central Park and its lake. This is how we could have seen Bergen in better weather. On clear days you can see out to the North Sea and the many sheltering islands closer by. Then in the comfort of the coach we passed the market square with its fish stalls, the gazebo near the central station, the Central Park and its lake on the way to the new Fantoft Stave church located deep into a wooded area. The Fantoft Stave church is a reconstructed church originally built in Fortum, a village near the eastern end of the Sognefjord around year 1150. In the 19th century the church was threatened by demolition, as were hundreds of other Stave churches in Norway. The church was saved by moving it in pieces to Fantoft, near Bergen in 1883. On 6 June 1992 the church was destroyed by arson, the first in a series of church burnings related to the early Norwegian black metal scene. Reconstruction of an exact copy of the church was initiated and completed in 1997. Outside the church stands a stone cross from Tjora in Sola. These are the before and after pictures. And at the end of the visit it was time for a WC break. As scheduled, at 5 p.m. the Costa Luminosa departed from Bergen, heading towards Stavanger. Following are pictures captured from our cabin balcony as we left Bergen. the new church tower in the center of the picture. The new church, formerly dedicated as Holy Trinity Church, was originally built in 1621. St. John's Church was built between 1888 and 1894 in Gothic Revival style. The buildings opposite the Bryggen. Towards the center of the picture is the Bergen Cathedral. A cannonball from the 1665 Battle of Bergen between the English and Dutch fleets remains embedded in the cathedral's exterior wall. The MSc Poesia. The Pudy Fjord Bridge consists of two almost identical bridges. The Askøy Bridge is a suspension bridge that crosses the fjord of Fjorden between the city of Bergen and Askøy. Opened in December 1992, it has the longest bridge span in Norway. All dressed up to attend the honeymooners and wedding anniversary cocktail party.
Applauso il comandante di Costa Luminosa, il signor Claudio Defensa.
Very important day of your life, the day of your wedding or your anniversary. So in a few minutes time, I will read you the formula to renew your wedding vows.
Thank you very much. Mariage pour vous aussi, anche per loro 50 anni di matrimonio. Le coppie che presentano le nozze lo faremo con il nostro comandante Claudio Defensa e con tutti voi, lo faremo in stile italiano. Va porter tous ensemble un toast, come la d'abitudine, all'italiana. Vamos a hacer ahora un brindis todos juntos en italiano. Madame Notel, yes,
Yes, it is Italian night at the Ristorante Taurus.
You're not dreaming, Bye.